Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So one of the biggest questions that we always get about van life is where do we go to the bathroom? So today we thought we would show you two different methods that we have used and currently use to use the bathroom in the van. So let's get into it. Alright, so when I first purchased the van, there was no toilet in the van. Um, I didn't have any way to use the restroom. Uh, Full disclosure, I did have a 1 gallon pee jug. I don't think that many van lifers are, I think that most van lifers are very familiar with the pee jug. I think that lots of people have had to use that at some point. But that got old pretty quickly. And if you did have an emergency where you needed to do something else besides peeing, you were kind of SOL, literally. Um, so, pretty quickly I realized that I needed a different method. So I was looking around online, and what a lot of people have been using was what's called a Luggable Loop, which is this right here. So I went to REI and I picked this up for $20. And then you buy these bags right here, which were, I think these are $18, and it comes in a pack of 6. Basically what the Luggable Loo is it's a 5 gallon bucket with a toilet seat. Nothing special. That's pretty much all it is. And then you get these double duty bags. And these bags, like I said, they come in a pack of 6. And then these look just like this. And they have a little chemical in the bottom that breaks down all the waste. So I will show you guys how this works. So basically, you're going to take the top off of the Luggable Loo. Or you take your seat off here. Like that. And then you're basically going to put this in here, just like that. And this black bag is going to go all the way around, like that. And you're going to pull it open. All the chemicals are at the bottom of this black bag here. And the chemicals break down the waste. I mean, you would actually really be surprised at how sanitary this method actually is. I know it seems kind of gross, but honestly, I mean, I had to use this once or twice for a number 2 emergency in the van, and there was really no smell. It was pretty surprising. I was concerned about it at first. I really didn't want to have to do that, but you know, when nature calls, what are you gonna do? It's the middle of the night. But now the bag is in here and it's locked in with the top of the toilet seat. And then you basically just, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but you just sit and do whatever business you need to do. And the nice thing about this too is that it's just a 5 gallon bucket pretty much. So you can just take this out of the van, which is the most ideal situation, is being able to take it out of the van out into the beautiful nature like this and have a nice a nice bathroom break. So and then I'll show you what you do after you're done. So basically you're gonna pop the seat back off, and then this entire black bag is gonna fold up like this, and then the waste and the black bag are all gonna go in here, and then it has this Ziploc seal here, and it just Ziplocs closed like that, and it's this is a smell-proof bag, which is really nice. So once it's zipped, just like that, you can't smell anything. I mean, it's pretty smell-proof. And then you can just take this, and what I have done is you just take it to like a gas station where there's trash cans beside the pump, and you just throw it in, and that's all you have to do, and you're done. So if you're just starting out with van life and you don't have a ton of money for upgrades because you spent a bunch of money on your van, I highly recommend this method. So once again, I picked up this whole setup at REI for less than $40. So it's really economical. The Luggable Loo was 20 bucks, bags are 18 bucks, and then you're ready to go. Number one or number two. We're gonna put a link in the description of this video down below to both of these products. So if you are interested, you could click on those links and purchase them for yourself. Alright, so the second method we're going to show you is what we are currently using in the van. This is the Dometic flushing toilet. These come in both a 2.5 gallon and 5 gallon configuration. For our van, we have the 2.5 gallon configuration, and we absolutely love this toilet. As much as you could possibly love a toilet, this thing has been amazing and probably one of the best upgrades that we have made to the van. The Dometic toilet was actually pretty cheap, honestly, considering like some of the composting toilets are $500 to $600. This one was only $200. This is what is called a cassette toilet because it has this bottom cassette and then the top of the toilet, and they are two separate pieces, which I'll show you in just a second. So these two pieces come apart, and then you can take this piece and just take it, once it's full, you can take it into a gas station, you can take it into a fast food restaurant or anywhere and just dump it in the toilet. And nobody even knows what's in there. You could also, you know, when we've been camping out, we'll take it to like a dispersed toilet and dump it. That's always a great thing too. So I'll show you guys how this works. So basically, like I said, this is going to be two pieces. It has an indicator right here to let you know when it's getting full. The top holds 2.5 gallons of water for flushing. So basically you just open this up, screw this cap off, and then I picked up this little funnel for like $2 because I found when I was filling this up in the van, it was kind of messy. I would spill water. So put the funnel in here, and then like I said, you just fill this up with 2 to 2.5 gallons of water. You just pour it in right there, and then you screw this cap back on, and then you're ready to flush. We also picked up these toilet pods. You could pick these up at any hardware store or any like marine store because a lot of people use these in their boats, their boat toilets and stuff too. These are really good for boats and RVs. The toilet, when we first got it, it did come with some pods from Dometic, which honestly I feel like those worked a little better to break things down and cover up scent. But these ones work really well too. And these are about, I think you can pick these up for like 15 bucks. So basically, once you empty the toilet, you that's another thing I forgot to mention. You always want to make sure that the lid is closed before you pull this, or you're going to get a spray, especially if you're going up or down in elevation. So you pull that open, that opens the top of the toilet, and then you take one of these pods and you just drop a pod inside the toilet like this, and then you're going to take maybe 1/4 to 1/2 gallon of water and pour it inside to dissolve the pod so that the scent comes out. And then we're going to close this up, and to flush the toilet You're going to give it about 10 to 15 pumps like this. And then the flushing button is going to be right here. So you're going to press this button and the toilet flushes. Just like that. So once the toilet is completely full, you look at your indicator and you can tell the toilet is full. You're going to, there's a little latch on the back right here. You're going to pull the latch. And the top of the toilet is going to separate from the bottom of the toilet. So this comes off, just like that. And then you have your cassette, and it has a handle right here. So you can carry this just like a suitcase. That's just water, it's not pee. But yeah, like I said, you can carry this into any fast food restaurant, gas station, porta potty, anything like that. It's your friend's house, and just dump it right down the toilet, and that's all you have to do. You do want to make sure that, especially if you're using this a lot, you want to make sure that you're cleaning this pretty frequently. Because after a while, if you leave this for more than 6 or 7 days, especially if it's hot outside, it is going to start to smell. So you want to make sure that if you're using it a lot, you do clean it as frequently as possible. When you empty the toilet, there's this valve right here, and you turn this valve to release the pressure, and then you're going to turn this little spigot right here, unscrew the cap, and then, like I said, you just dump it right out into the toilet, and that's it. And the pods that come with the toilet, these pods, they break down everything, like toilet paper, solid waste, urine, everything is broken down and masked by this really nice citrus scent. And it really does do a good job of covering everything up. And even, I mean, we use this mostly for number one situations. But if there is an emergency number 2 situations, you can definitely use this toilet too. And it is very sanitary and very easy to clean. So once you're done dumping it out, all you have to do is just snap the top right back on. So this just goes here, and it really just snaps like that right back into place. Super simple. And then the next thing we're going to show you is where we store the toilet in the van and how the toilet is latched to the van. So come with me into the van and we'll show you how that works. Alright, so now we've moved to the inside of the van. And we're going to show you how we store the toilet, because a majority of the time we use the toilet inside the van. I don't know if we've ever used the toilet outside of the van. So with our Wayfarer van, they have a perfect place for this toilet to fit. They give you a small stand, which I'll show you here. So basically we move the table out of the way. We're going to pull this cushion off right here, so that we can open the door here. And then in here is this platform, and it has these 3 latches right here, which I actually need to tighten that one up. But we have these 3 latches, and so what you're going to do with the toilet is you're going to pick it up. It faces this way. And then it's going to go in like this. Just like that. And then you just kind of have to move it around until it locks onto those latches. And then the Dometic toilet came with this little, I guess you would consider it kind of like a key. But this is what is going to lock the toilet onto the platform. So basically this thing is going to slide underneath the toilet, there's a little hole that this slides into, just like that. Now the toilet is locked on. As you can see, when you lift this up, it's attached to the platform, so when we're driving, it just sits right there. And then for Samantha, she can sit here and do her business without having to take the toilet out. You have to be pretty comfortable with the person that you are sharing the van with, because as you can see, you're not going to have any privacy when you're using the bathroom. So I think Samantha and I don't really have too much of a problem with that. We're pretty comfortable with each other. And then these two products you can just store right back here behind the toilet. There's a little cubby hole. And this will go right here. And then you have all the things you need for your toilet right there when you need them. So, and you just close this. As I showed you before, the toilet's now locked into place. Close it up. Put your cushion back on. And you're ready to go. And then there's this area right here that's really good for like keeping toilet paper, wet wipes, things like that. And when we were using the Luggable Loo in here, we would just generally store it right behind the boot box right here. And we could just strap it with a little strap and it will just stay in place. And it was super easy too, but we just love this method so much more. It makes it feel more like a home, and it's a little more sanitary, and it's just a great option for this van. Highly recommend this product from Dometic. It's cheap, affordable. The link for this product is going to be in the description down below this video. So if you guys want to get more information or want to purchase one of these for yourself, click on that link and it will take you right to this product. Alright guys, so today we covered two different methods of using the bathroom when you are living in a van. One is the Luggable Loo. The other is the Dometic flushing toilet, which we showed you. We left the toilet in the van since we already did put it in there. We didn't feel like pulling it back out. But both of these methods are really great. Whichever one you choose, I think you'll be really happy with it. We really appreciate you guys watching this video and being here with us today. If you liked this video, please make sure that you like, subscribe, share, turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any of our videos, which we're going to be posting on a weekly basis. And if you feel like you'd really like to support the channel and help us out, please check out our Patreon. It's only $3 a month, and we're going to have tons of exclusive content over there, Q&As with Samantha and I, live streams, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So if you want to check that out, we would really appreciate that as well. And we hope you guys are having an awesome day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!